What's up, Internet? Welcome back once more to the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Blade Showcase, and today we get to look at the third Torna blade, Perdido. Now, Perdido was a very interesting blade. When I first saw that he was announced, I was really excited to get this guy, because he was the blade that belonged to Patroka, who had, like, 4 weapons all at once. Now, unfortunately, you, as the driver, will only be allowed to use one weapon, which is none of the ones that he's using. You use the ether cannon for the most part, and that's why I have him on Zeke. One thing you'll notice about Perdido is that he has a passive that increases the damage dealt from the front from all sources of damage by 50%, and Zeke has a built-in front attack bonus to the ether cannon moveset, so that's why we have him today. The thing about Perdido, what makes him so interesting, is that most of his kit is actually built around auto attacks, particularly his passives. The thing is, he has some of the strongest auto attacks in the game. You'll be able to really make mincemeat out of the smaller enemies in no time at all, especially if you're constantly making use of Bushido and then getting as much damage as you can from this. However, because most of the time we do focus on the super bosses, you can potentially just auto attack for 5 hours in front of it, say, I don't know, Pernicious Benf, and you might be able to win like that. But this time we're going to have more of a focus on the fact that he is one of the few offensive fire elementals out there. So with that in mind, he actually synergizes really well with characters like Pyra. And for today's video, not only is he going to be in a team with Pyra, but he'll also be with a fire elemental, Puppy Cutie Pie. Before we actually get into the fight, though, we're going to look at his passive. So like I mentioned, 2 of the 3 passives that he has is completely about auto attacks. Double Strike, unfortunately, while it does guarantee double hits on your auto attacks, it does not work with the Galaxy Cube, so you won't be hitting like 4 times per row. So unfortunately that doesn't happen, but you do get the additional 30% increased damage. Also, you get Stay True. This increases auto attack damage by 100%, and this actually does stack with the Breakstone. The really funny thing about this, you'll actually see it today, is if you use both of these in conjunction with a diamond, you're going to be fully healing yourself very well, and it's just as well because there will be times where it's very easy to grab aggro on Perdido, so if ever you do find yourself taking damage, you can easily heal it back in like 2 seconds. The next thing I want to mention is his specials. Diamond Crash, Diamond Flight, and Diamond Hands. Yeah, he works really well with the Diamond Accessory. Might as well name everything after the diamonds. This increases damage by 150%. Unfortunately, out of all of his specials, this one only hits once, and the damage that you do, while decent, there are plenty of other uses. All of his other specials are much better, but if you're able to sort of work around with this and you want the extra damage right away, then this is something you might want to do. Also, keep in mind that if you're doing a chain attack, then this would be the first special, so you might as well save your chain attacks for the toppled enemy. Next one is going to be Diamond's Flight. Diamond Flight reduces the aggro. This is definitely Perdido's most useful. I usually find that because he's a fire element and he's able to build all 3 stages of a blade combo by himself, it's best to just spam 2 level 2 combos and then the level 3, assuming that you don't have a party that can contribute themselves. So what you can do here is, while you're fighting, you can do this with less worry of getting aggro for yourself. And that being said, it's very easy to get aggro on this guy, so this is definitely his most useful one. And finally, Diamond Hands. It has the guard annulling attack, and it's quite damaging in and of itself. So the level 2, 3, and 4 combos actually hit a lot, so there's a lot of good things that you can do with that, particularly when it comes to building party gauge. Now, in terms of the aux cores that we're going to be using both of the slots, which is Blade Combo Boost 6, which you can get from Cosmos's personal quest, and special level 2 because this is going to be his most spammed combo. And that's pretty much all we can really do. Unfortunately, because he is a Torna blade, he only gets to have 2 aux core slots, but he can make quite good use of them. And again, in conjunction with Pyra, who also does bonus damage for blade combos, you're going to be seeing some impressive fireworks with these 2 characters together. And I think that should pretty much about do it. We're using Zeke as usual. We have a Tora and Rex on our team, and we're going to be fighting against Pernicious Benf. Now, this is actually really funny. The style of play is that since we have all 3 fire elementals on our team, we're going to be pretty much just spamming blade combos the entire way. For those of you guys that haven't seen my Pyra showcase, essentially that just boiled down to just spamming fire specials the entire way through. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to sort of just play a little bit safe right now, positioning right behind Tora, and still getting the bonus damage from the Bushido passive. and we're gonna have Tora do his special to get some aggro, and I think that should pretty much be good. Also, I wanted to mention about my accessories. Not only do I have the diamond to heal myself, but we also have the breakstone to give ourselves even more damage, and nano metal gauntlet. Nano metal gauntlet is extremely useful because when you expend and cancel all 3 of your specials at max affinity, you will get level 2, and level 2 is going to be our most important move. One thing I also wanted to mention about this party is that since we have a Poppy QT Pie and a Pyra, it's actually going to be easy to get fusion combos from the breaks, topples, and launches. It's a very simple setup. These are all free blades to get, so it'll be very easy to get this massive damage. I'd like to get a topple, but sometimes Rex wants to switch over to a healer. That's fine, because one of the issues about Perdido, like I mentioned earlier, it is fairly easy to get some aggro onto yourself. Okay, so there's a topple. We're going to go ahead and let Perdido take on the launch, actually, so this is gonna be really nice damage for us. And here we go. So yeah, 752,000, fairly easy, relatively quickly into the match. Like, playing with this particular setup, it's not necessarily the fastest way. Like, obviously you could just do annoying cheese tactics with a chain attack, but we see that so often, we might as well do something a little bit more fun. So whenever we begin this cycle, again, we want Poppy to sort of start off our little blade combo, because we know that she does the most aggro for herself, and quickly position myself. One thing we do have to look out for, though, is that Benf is probably one of the tougher fights for the reason of Poison Breath. Poison Breath it's extremely deadly, and it only hits people that are in front. However, due to the fact that we are using Bushido, we do need to be in front the entire time. However, we do have the diamond, though, so it's going to be fairly easy to heal ourselves right back up. Okay, so there comes the Beast Train. I don't want anything to do with that. And we're going to give ourselves the Burnout Break. Hopefully Rex can follow that up with a topple, if it's possible. Unless he ends up resisting that. Here we go. Unfortunately, okay, he missed that one, so what's going to happen is we could go Nuclear Blast, kind of counting away from that. And yeah, let's go Nuclear Blast because we know he's weak to light. If this guy ended up doing too fast, we might end up doing this twice. So all I wanted to mention, though, about the Nano Metal Gauntlet is that we have plenty of cooldowns available for us, and as long as we're able to reliably keep the aggro off of us, which is what Poppy QT Pie is so good at doing, then we're going to have not much trouble at all. And even if they do take their time taking the aggro off of us, we can easily just heal ourselves, so that's pretty good. Let's see if we can get another topple. Okay, so there goes the Burnout, and he switched out of Pyra before I could even do anything about it, so yeah, we won't be able to cast the launch, unfortunately. That's alright. We can wait for the next one, and then if that ends up being another break topple, then we'll go for... Okay, come on, topple us. Let's have Pyra do. Let's have Pyra. I think this is going to be a finish, actually. It's more efficient. For those of you guys that are wondering why Mithra did less damage than Pyra, it's because Pyra's blade combos actually do more damage, as you can see from this 911,000. Really, really cool stuff. Okay, well, let's fight against this next behemoth, because I don't want him... Actually, do you know what? Okay, let's shake things up a bit. What we're going to do is we are going to do a second fight using this team with Perdido, and if this guy aggroes into the team, it's actually going to be very easy to nuke him down with all of the specials that we have. Using Perdido in a primarily fire team, you can also use characters like Dagas or Newt, depending on how you're feeling, but as long as it's just all fire types, you're going to be spamming this quite often, and due to the fact that we're constantly doing level 3 specials, means that there will be plenty of invincibility cooldowns for the duration. So here we go, start things off with a Poppy QT Pie. That should be enough to cement the aggro onto that position, and I'll try to keep myself positioned in front of Benf in order to maintain this. Like I said earlier, Benf is really, really dangerous when you're playing as Perdido, mainly just because we have, we do have to stay in front. Okay, so do you know what? We see that this guy's trying to get into our business, so how about we just ask everyone to sort of target this guy. Yeah, we'll have Pyra start things off, and then I'll follow up with a Perdido special. And hopefully Tora, by the time Tora is ready, will have the level 3, and this should be a kill actually, because he is break, and this is going to be a break mega explosion, so this guy's going to die instantly due to our team of never-ending flames. And I wonder if the AoE is going to hit anyone else. Probably not. So yeah, that's cap damage, easily done. And then it's just business as usual. So that's the kind of the nice thing about this too, is that because it's so easily, like, each of these specials are readily available, it's not that hard to just be in a position to suddenly blow everyone up as fast as possible. Okay, so we got ourselves the topple. Let's see how fast we can do this. If we can get the launch, that'll definitely save us. Yes! Wait, no, it's a topple. launch, okay, and Mega Explosion launch. This is going to be big damage. The thing about having Pyra on a team like this, too, is the fact that with Pyra, her specials actually activate really, really quickly, so you can be sure to catch fusion combos almost instantly. And then, yeah, Tora is just going to continue things again, beginning the non-stop pain train of fire. And, yeah, we're already literally burning through Banff really quickly. Okay, so Beast Train, this could be bad, but thankfully we have the Unbeatable passive on us. And, let's see, okay, and then Rex is going to go for the heal. So what I'm going to do is wait a little bit for Rex to do something. And, thankfully that break came in time. By the way, just so you guys know, I gave Tora the, what's it called, the accessory, oh man, okay, I'll write it down, but it's the accessory that, it lowers the break resistance. I swear I should know this thing. I'm pretty sure it'll come up, sorry. It'll be on the screen right now. So, oh man, yeah, look at all that cat damage. Not to mention that if we're in a really tight spot, we can just chain attack, and that's going to be one orb setup. And a one orb setup at this point in us playing this game is going to be very, very useful. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try to get a level 4 combo, see what we can do here. Alright, so, okay, we're going to go for the burnout, and that's the launch. And then Mega Explosion? Yes, Mega Explosion cast the launch with Perdido's level 4 special. This looks really, really cool. I was initially very disappointed when I saw that Perdido wasn't going to let us use all those different abilities, all those different weapons, but, you know, having an Ether Cannon's not that bad either. Like, we've seen Ether Cannons all the time, but yeah, it's just nice to have. Oh, that Unbeatable is really, really coming in handy for us. Thankfully, it's really easy to build up the party gauge as per usual. Here we go. And, well, I think Perdido will just finish this off. There we go, 2 Bemps easily. Man, remember when this guy was hard? Still is, but when you have a team that's constantly making the entire team invincible with level 3 blade combos or fusion combos, blade combos and fusion combos really work hand in hand just due to the party. Remember, the break and the topple reliably happening with our abilities, and then Perdido kind of just leading the charge with all of his specials. It works really, really nicely, and honestly, I like team setups that are like this, because they don't rely too much on things like chain attacks, and really, you don't really need chain attacks that much. You can still do insane amounts of damage if you just have everyone of the same element, and Fire tends to do that the best as well, just due to the fact that Pyra has the bonuses for her Resplendence. It's really, really good stuff. But yeah, that's basically Perdido. Like, you can try Perdido with a bunch of other abilities as well. You can even make him go tank if you really wanted to, just because he can heal himself so reliably with a diamond. But if you just want pure, unadulterated fire damage, then the setup that we have right now, just give Poppy QT Pie an elemental orb, or core, or you can actually go for someone like Dagas and he would still get the job done. But guys, thanks very, very much for joining me, and there is one more blade in New Game Plus that we still have not touched, and for a special reason though, I can't wait for you guys to look forward to that one. So, you guys know who it is, I won't say who it is, but it's going to be happening sometime this weekend, so I hope to see you guys when that happens. So like usual, take care.